Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
everybody.
Welcome to our 7-Minute Health Chat with Robin and Kim. And today we're going to talk about women's health and fitness because today is actually National Women's Health and Fitness Day. So it's always the fourth Wednesday in the month of September. And so today's the day. And we're really excited to talk about this because this is our jam. So
Yes, it
we
is.
love helping women get healthier. We help women and men, but it's just we love helping women because we know women struggle quite a bit, especially in midlife. So anyway, we're going to give some tips and tricks and talk about what things you can do, some simple things you can do to maximize your health and wellness. And I think the biggest thing is just on this day, take an assessment on your own health. Like, are you exercising? Are you moving daily or most days of the week? Are you eating well? Are you feeding your body the best things possible? You know, are you sleeping well? How is your sleep going? How is your stress? How are your stress levels? And, you know, what can you do to mitigate those if they're too high off the charts? Because all those play into our hormone health and our happiness quotient, if you will. So we're going to talk about, there's a lot we could say on this. I know you had a quote you wanted to read, Robin. Did you want to read that now?
Oh, my quote. I have a couple quotes.
Okay.
So here's the first one. Here's to strong women. May they be them. May we raise them. I love that one,
I love
right?
that too. Yep.
And then the other quote is, so the other day I put this out on Facebook and it's not, well, it was a quote from someone who was a friend of a friend. And they said, people are wild. They take pills with tons of side effects, drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, and eat fast food. But mention a health program and they become Sherlock Holmes conducting investigations. And I can tell you firsthand, that is truth to be told, because you can't imagine the number of times that people have said, oh, I really need to research that first. And I told Kim, that tells me, sorry, not sorry. That's an excuse. All right. Because I mean, for some and not all, but it is true though. I mean, give me a pill for that, you know, and then I can eat my hamburgers. No, that's
Right.
not, you know, or my greasy whatever.
Right.
So anyway, don't be mad at me, people, but
So
sorry, not sorry.
no, I know what you're saying. I heard it too. So the top 4 pillars I want to talk about, we want to talk about, like, to focus on that we're going to give tips on are: number 1 is nutrition, number 2, exercise, number 3, sleep, number 4, stress reducing, you know, which goes with mindset and helping our mental health. So we're each going to give a tip, and I'll go first with talking about nutrition. Nutrition is our jam. And I would say strike diet from your vocabulary and don't think about dieting ever again, because diets don't work. But
Right.
focus on, when you look at food or whatever you're going to eat, say, first of all, is this healthy? Is it healthy? Is it going to serve my health? And when you switch your mindset around and look at food that way, it makes a whole different game about, like, whether you want to eat that or not. So that's my number 1 tip on nutrition.
Mine is keep it simple, folks. Don't make it complicated, right? I mean, use your common sense. Common sense is a good guide. And I think sometimes we're like, yeah, we don't want to use that common sense because that whatever tastes better than what my common sense is telling me.
Yeah.
So yeah, common sense, and, you know, just keep it simple. Don't try to get all crazy with measuring everything, which some people do, and that works and whatever. But like, the simpler, the better with anything.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's my tip.
Thank you. And number 2, exercise. So Robin and I are both fitness instructors. We love to work out. We love to teach. Not always love to work out, but we do love.
Oh no, I love it. I love it
to teach. But what I was going to say is, like, my number 1 is, for women especially, is to do strength training. You have to stress your muscles. You got to work your muscles, because if you don't, it's guaranteed you will become frail and you will lose function in your body. So keep yourself as young and pliable for as long as possible. And that's why strength training is so important. It's number one thing. Besides all that, it helps with your hormone health. It helps with your bone density. It helps with your metabolism. It helps you with weight regulation. So strength training is key. I actually did a post earlier. If you see on my page, I did a post about how I just finished an 8-week strength program. Like,
I saw that. That was a great post.
so thank you.
Yes.
But it's like, it's changed my life. So I'm like, I got to keep doing it, and I will keep doing it. So that's mine. What about you, Robin?
Okay. Mine is accountability, guys. And the reason I'm saying this is because I find that that's how most people succeed, whether it's being accountable to yourself. And when I say that, it's like scheduling, putting your workouts on a calendar. You would be shocked at how much you think you're doing. And if you write it down, you might find out you're not doing quite as much as you thought you were, right? And then being accountable to a friend, work out with a friend. We've talked about this before on other episodes. Also, I love my fitness tracker, and you can have friends who have fitness trackers and you can be accountable with them. I personally, I like to see those numbers on there. Like sometimes if I forget to put my watch on, I'm like, oh man. Or if I don't set it, I'm like, well, that workout didn't even count. That's how much I like to see, how many calories I burnt, how long I worked out, and then my progress at the end of the week or the end of the month. So
Yep.
that's mine, accountability.
I like that one too. So number 3, sleep. We have to prioritize sleep. Sleep gives your brain a bath. It lets all your bodily processes relax and rejuvenate for the next day. And you always feel great when you get a good night's sleep, right? So I was going to say something else, but I was going to give a different tip. But when you talk about tracking, I use my Apple Watch to track my sleep. I have become so obsessed, not obsessed, but just really, really on top of tracking my sleep to make sure I'm getting, 7 hours or plus. And I found this really helps me. It helps with it shows my deep sleep, because what I wasn't getting enough before. And it really, to me, that's been like helping me to really prioritize my sleep. So what about you, Robin?
So mine is, I have like 2 really quick. So one is move. The more you move, the better you're going to sleep. All right. And then the other one is, again, schedule. So try to get yourself into, now listen, I'm telling you guys, I'm talking to myself right now, and I'm talking to Kim too, because I know her too. Get yourself ready and get yourself in bed at a specific time every single night. My husband is so good at this. At 9:30, I know he's getting ready to go to bed at 10. He starts getting it all together. And I get to be that way too. It really works, guys. You
Yep.
get in that regular rhythm.
I agree. We're doing the same.
Yeah.
So number 4, reducing stress. And this goes with our mental health. So one of the biggest reasons women start getting belly fat and extra fat, even though they haven't changed a thing, is because of high stress levels, high cortisol levels. So cortisol is a hormone that is really one of the master hormones that regulates a lot. And so it's really important to work on stress reduction. That can be meditation, that can be yoga, which is moving meditation, journaling, just sitting quietly for a few minutes and just thinking, just being your own thoughts. So yeah, what's yours, Robin?
So right along with that too is the rest and digest, because our body, and I talk about this in my yoga classes, we're constantly like this. We're going from one thing to the next, and we're in fight or flight constantly. And we interviewed April here a while ago, the massage therapist, and she talks in depth about rest and digest and fight or flight for your cortisol levels. So she teaches us to belly breathe. So you put your hand, and everybody can join in. Sorry, you can't see my head. I can move this back.
You're cut off.
But you there, I'll go right here like this. So you put your hand on your belly or your hands, and when you inhale, you want to feel that belly open up. So most of the time I'm walking around sucking my belly in, right? But you don't want to. You want to fill that belly up with air. And then when you exhale, you want to feel it deflate. So you're inhaling and exhaling. right? And it's going from the belly. When you get it going from the belly, it calms the whole nervous system down, right? When you breathe in through your chest, look what happens. My shoulders instantly went up. So you're in that fight or flight. So that would be my tip on reducing stress is
Yeah.
it really helps a lot with the breath.
I
I
love
have a lot more tips.
I know.
We could have whole next week on this too, because look at my paper. I have so much I want to talk about that we didn't get to, but we're out of time. So
Yeah, and so we want to talk about what we want to do because we have the holidays coming up and we would like to help you get a healthy handle on the holidays before the holidays handle you. And so we're actually
yes,
doing a free 5-day group next week called
gear
up your gut. Gear up your gut. It's going to be about gut health. 5 days. It's just going to be a private thing about talking about gut health and how to gear up for the holidays. And if you need more help, that's fine after that. But it's just more of an informational, educational. So if you want to be part of that, just drop it below. Send either one of us a DM, and we will add you to that group when we get it started. It starts Monday. It'll just run through Monday through Friday with a lot of gut health information that you could take away and start implementing right away. So
yeah, because when you do get your gut health underway, everything else just like kind of falls into place. It really does. It really does. All right. So your gut is your second brain, right? Isn't that what you've said before,
is.
Kim? I've heard that quote, right?
Yep.
Your gut is your second brain. So,
It is.
all right. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.